we connect. Hey everybody, so this is the second video for your perspective today. I went outside and enjoyed the outdoor weather before the sun went down behind the trees and froze me. So I did make a few videos outside. So the first place I went to yesterday, well, not the first place. I always stop a few places before I get there, before they open. They open at 10. Player's Choice, which is in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It's right across from Tanger Outlets or Tanger. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've never knew how to pronounce it. Nobody's ever made it clear. I swear they had commercials, but I don't remember. But that's not the point. It's also across from the Walmart that's been there forever that used to have the Coca-Cola Cafe in the back of it. Oh, those were the good old days. All right, so the Player's Choice is in the mall, which nothing's in the mall really except for it and Outdoorsman or something like that. Wait, isn't that a TV series? All right, so this is the, these were $1.99. Hold on, I'm getting mixed up here. Oh, this is not Player's Choice. I just did that one outside. Psych, fooled you. I wish I can just stop the video. And okay, I can't. All right, so here we go. The second place I went to as far as comics is concerned is Super Deals. It's on the way back up. Like Super Deals going back up is it's across from that comic books, whatever toy store that's never open and it's always full of smelly toys and stuff. And it's past, I'm touching his crotch. Just trying to draw a map in my head. Anyways, look up Super Deals. It's a huge place. They have comic books for $1.99. And these $1.99 comics, if you buy $100 worth of anything, you get a 10% off coupon for next time. So I perpetuate my addiction by doing that every time. So these comic books were 10% off of that, which makes them about $1.80 each. So think about that. That makes this a whole lot easier to take, doesn't it? And I know it says $1 on the cover, but that's because they bought out some comic book shops inventory. I don't know who. I don't ask too many questions. You can tell it was a lot of 90s stuff in there, which is awesome for me. So Superman, Man of Tomorrow, and Power of Shazam. I definitely think this is going to be a great read right here. Superman, Man of Tomorrow. I think this is when they had like 4 different issues. Like basically you had a comic book every week of Superman. That was from 1996, and it was spring, which I don't know what that means. I guess I was so stalked. Hey, big Alabama, big home Alabama. All right, so I was stoked to find an all-star squadron I did not have. So if you go to Super Deals and you see any all-star squadrons that I don't have, leave them there for me. That's all I'm asking. This is a comic that I loved as a kid because it finally got my Justice Society of America into a comic book, not just the back few 8 pages of each comic. Like they were some people featured in the back of those. And then they finally said, you know what, there's a lot of people really wanting more Justice Society characters or Earth 2 characters. This was right during, this is a Special Crisis crossover, so Earth 2 would have been no more. They would have actually came into Earth 1's universe. So I only read the first few issues, and I definitely want to get more. And they're really hard to get. These are very popular with most people. This is one that I'm surprised I don't have because I got pretty much all the Blue Superman. I want to read them through. I'm curious to how it happened. Don't, spoiler alert, don't tell me. I'll figure it out. I'll read it. This is one thing I don't want to be spoiled. Now, here's where I was confused about. So I have Black Condor #1, but I could have sworn he took Hawkman's place. And I don't know now. I don't know which way, because the time period, I don't have the timeline with me. I need to make a timeline of this stuff, I guess. But here they are in one comic book, so there's no doubt I had to get this particular issue. And here we have an Excalibur issue I don't have at war with the Avengers West Coast, which was also called the West Coast Avengers at first. I love Excalibur, so I have not read number 38 before. Sometimes I just get issues because they're different. I don't remember the Alliance, so we got evil-looking man, zappy-looking man. Yeah, it's cut and paste Image Comics. But it's just so interesting to see how many different varieties of the same team can we have. I don't know. I kind of, at this point, like to collect them. There were 2 really big treasures that I found. I found a lot of Omega Man, and I found a lot of Battlestar Galactica. I found like a vein of Battlestar Galactica comics. I was like, Yes, 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 yes. And these are not modern Battlestar, and it's not the original Battlestar. It's the 1990s when they were really trying to bring it back. They even had toys. I had the Viper, the Cylon Raider, the 5 to 6 inch Cylons. Fantastic series. The humans looked ugly though, so I did not get those. But of course, you know me, I like my robots. And Big Alabama, I hope you know that there's Rebecca Steam coming out. Speaking of robots, she's coming out now. They just announced that. I was very stoked. I can't tell if that's a guy or a girl because that looks, anyway. Omega Man. So I've got pretty much almost the entire run, which is about 30 some issues. So I got a lot this time. And remember, these were $1.80 each. Got a lot of them actually. I am very surprised when I find some of the later JLA issues that I need because it's pretty much Crucifer. Is it like Lucifer with a cruce? Crucifer closes the 10th circle. Don't know anything about it, but I like JLA, and I'm trying to get the earlier issues. I was surprised I don't have this one. I have, of course, every Star Trek issue from the first series. The second series, not so much. I never has been a fan of her. I love Rebecca Steam. She's not my favorite, but I definitely love robots, of course. There's another one I like too that was more silver. But anyway, so Klingons, Star Trek, heck yeah, this is gonna be a good read right there. If they're written like the Next Generation, which is around that same period of time, no, Next Generation was in '97, so this is volume 2, I think, because I have all of volume 1. Oh yeah, this is the '90s, so yeah, this is after. Okay, yeah. The 87 is when volume 1 ended. And then I think volume 2 started around the same time. They also started Next Generation. I think they just decided to do both of them at the same time. But if it's like the Next Generation comic books, it's like issues 57 and 58 will be the same story. At least the first few Next Generation comics are definitely like that. Generation X, oh my gosh, we got a Mega Red. I freaking love a Mega Red. But I've definitely been wanting to read Generation X. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I've been reading a few of them recently. So Mega Red, and then we have, that's number 10, and this is number 9. And I already had number 8, which was in the box. So if you want number 8, go to Super Deals at North Myrtle Beach and pick it up, because I left it there. Yeah, the numbering's way down here. I hate when they did this. This was a period of time when they did that. All right, so I'm getting closed in on those. More Mega Men, because when she counts the issues, sometimes she go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, puts them in the thing. So they're, they'll get out of order or whatever, that I had them in my cart. G3 Scalita. Oh yeah, I saw the G3 Scalita. I also saw she has like clear stomach or whatever, which I was like, that's interesting. I wonder if she's gonna be like Pulsar and have like a button you push on the Mac and makes her lungs expand and her heart beat and her blood flow. That'd be kind of cool. That she doesn't have that. I'm just saying she looked like Pulsar to me. That's an ugly alien right there, isn't it? So a Mega Man. I thought a Mega Man were cool because I love the the Green Lantern Corps, because they had all these weird aliens in it, and I just liked aliens a lot. I liked my first action figures for Star Wars, which is something we can all talk about, was R2D2 and C3PO, because they were both robots, and they were $1.48 each there. I remember that very clearly. And I couldn't just pick one. It's like, Mom, but I have to have both. They both come together. They're like best buddies, R2D2. And so she got me both of them. And like $1.48. Can you imagine that? And I also like the aliens from the Cantina scene. These are like my favorites. All right, so Dr. Fate. I haven't read the Dr. Fate yet, but I do like Dr. Fate, the character, so can't wait to dig in. Firestorm the Nuclear Man. I grabbed it. It's a New 52. It could be good. I haven't heard anybody say anything good or bad about the New 52s. Firestorm the Nuclear Men. So I don't know. Some things in New 52 are actually good reads. Fantastic Force, which is weird because I have numbers 1, 3, and now I have 5. Why can't I find the even numbers? So we have Fantastic Force, not Force. I think I've read a few of these before in the past, like a long time ago. I think this is the future Franklin Richard Franklin. Let me see. I'm getting so confused here. Reed Richards. Okay, so Franklin Richards. This is the son of Mr. Fantastic. I think he came back from the future, and I don't know why, but I definitely want to read them and find out. Oh, man. Tangent had a run of Superman's Reign for 12. No. Yeah, number 4 of 12. So we got number here. I love the Tangent Universe. It's very weird, but that's our Batman, and that's their Joker. So, or Harley. I don't know. It says it somewhere on the. Thought it said on the cover. All right. Anyway, Tangent Universe is a Tangent Universe. It's like an Elseworlds. It's very out of the ordinary. Sorry, I'm getting really sore because I was outside talking. La 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 la. Sorry, my throat was getting really dry because I was outside and it got cold and I kept on talking. I got Mr. Miracle's special. Mr. Miracle looks like a fun comic I'd like to start reading. We got New Wave. I actually debated on this. I'm like, okay, this is originally a 50-cent comic. I'm paying $2 for a 50-cent comic. But that looks like Raj 2000 from Charlton Comics. And I don't know, it just looked like, it's a first issue. It's so weird. Yeah, you know, sometimes you just gotta try out weird stuff. Sure. Trials of Shazam, I was like, I don't have any Trials of Shazam. Inflation. I don't know about inflation. It's just that they charge $2 for every comic, no matter if it's really, really good or really, really bad or whatever. So it's not like they go, here's a key issue, and they pay him more. Somebody already came and got all the good issues right away. So you can tell because it's missing a few of those. Trials of Shazam, 11 of 12. I thought I had some of these. No, I have Power of Shazam is what I have. I don't have any of these. These are from the 2008. Mine are from an earlier period. And some of them don't even have covers, like covers to keep it from getting messed up. Oh, cool. So we have Adventures of Superman. And that's the mermaid girl. Isn't that her name, Lori? Mermaid. So I am, curious. Plus, I like Superman. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be about the mermaid. And I think this is back earlier whenever he was, this was probably right before he became Blue Superman. I'm thinking, I don't know. Don't tell me. I want to find out for myself how it becomes Blue Superman. And we have the New Warriors. A lot of people praise the New Warriors. I've only read 3 issues and maybe a hit in there. No, I read number 1. So I've not caught the bug yet for the praising of the New Warriors. The 3 issues I loved were the ones where everything was Egypt. The Avengers, instead of Thor, we had like Raman or something. They were all Egyptian people. It looked totally cool. This isn't going to be all. I couldn't put all in the camera. It'd be like right up here at the camera. Hawkman. This is a 2002 series, Remembering 9/11. So that's cool. And it's also a cowboy theme. I do not have this issue. And I mean, this is awesome because this is the Charlton comics that I read when I was a kid. And here now. Isn't that cool? It's like, before Crisis on Infinite Earths, after Crisis. And then we have the Monster Menace. This was another one of those ones I'm like, I have no clue. I'm just going to take a chance and try something new. Uh-oh, some of these are upside down. I just realized pulling my fingers into here. All right, let's do a changeover now. Let's get some in here. And let's get some out. Now we'll turn around this way on purpose because that way they face the way. I don't think I put these in my CLZ app yet. All right, we'll grab the last ones. Oh, and it falls right on my lap. Oh, and before we move on, I do have one thing that I bought that was not a comic book. Beastman from the He-Man series. All right, so again, I got a lot of Omega Men. I haven't seen a single Battlestar Galactica yet, but I got a bunch of Battlestars. Omega Men, because robots are cool. Rook. At first, I was like, and then I was like, and you see my facial expression, but Harris Comics is the ones that makes those, but it says number 0. I don't know. I want to try it. Because I liked Vortex back in the day. And that was one of those indie comics. Indies from the 90s. All right, we got Damage. He's that guy right there. And he's versus the New Titans. So I got at least 2 Damage comic books yesterday. I got 0. I think that was with the other comics I already read. We have this one. So who is this again? And how is she not? She looks like she's just one animal, as opposed to what I thought she was Vixen, which would have been several animals she can become. So is she related? I haven't read any of those with her in it yet. And then we got this. This looks weird. It's like I've heard Ultimates. Okay, so I like some of the Ultimates, and I heard Ultimate Spider-Man's good. Oh, I've lost 2 people. I must be really boring. All right, so I got Ultimate Spider-Man, and I personally want to read Ultimate Fantastic Four, and I love Ultimate X-Men. I've read the first 12 of them, and they were good. Hey, the Gray Man, what's up? I was like, I'm boring people. I had 3 out here at one time, and now I got 2. All right, so I had 1. Anyway, so I've heard Ultimates. I don't know if this is any good. I don't know if I'm going to hopefully pursue it, but hey, if I'm going to pursue it, I better get it now. Got to get it while the getting's good. X-Man, I have read the first 20 issues, and I'm pretty sure this is one. Yep, number 2. But they were great. They were really good issues. I enjoyed them a lot. You know, you're like, why did you get it? Because I never should have gotten rid of it. Booster Gold from 2009. Quietly watching in stealth mode. Oh, okay. So you're like, stealth mode. I don't know what this all is. It's Buster Gold, and this is right around. Okay, so yeah, this is right after Blue Beetle got snuffed out. Didn't Blue Beetle die like in 2005? I think. I could have sworn I read one of these. It was so boring, but it may have been something similar to this. Like, it was like they were going back to their old originals titles, you know, Journey into Mystery. It's really Thor, number 513, but they went back to start and use their old titles, the original titles. Just read the Buster Gold run. It was good. Just read the, okay. Oh, okay, good. I don't, you know, modern comic book this. But hey, it looks good. So I'm going to give it a chance. Plus, I think this is 90 stuff, so hey, we'll see. The Shadow Strikes. Yes, I'm very excited to get into the Shadow. I was always wondering why he never joined in with the Defenders of the Earth. Maybe because he's too... I'm cutting it off right here. Now the comic's starting to creep out of the box for me, so I might want to figure out how to do this. All right, Shadowhawk was one of those kind of Batman superheroes, whatever, of the Image Comics. So it has Spawn in it. I thought, sure, I got number 1. Why not get number 2? I've never yet to read that. Wildcore, Satana, or not Satana, that's what I'm saying, Zealot. Shall I say more? I freaking love Zealot, and I loved the Wildcats. So she was like the best of them. Hawk and Dove, I think number 25, is that the last one? 38-page mind-scrambling issue. But what I've read of Hawk and Dove is good. JLA Classified, I think this is also one of the last issues. I just had the Shadow comic when it came out. Shadow on the radio. Yeah, on the radio. And wasn't he also like a pulp comic? Because I feel like Defenders of the Earth was kind of collecting all the pulp heroes. And Trials of Shazam, which again, I was like, oh, okay. I don't have any Trials of Shazam. I have all the Powers of Shazam. And here's the guy without pants. Warlord. I got a lot of Warlords after this. So I hope I didn't get this issue twice, but I don't think I did, because when I went to the next store, I was fed Hawk and Dove last, like that too. Yeah, it's a good read. It's interesting how they're off of they're so dynamically, it's like having a Democrat and a Republican on the same team. They're so different from each other. And I think we all know who the Republican is. It's definitely Hawk. And anyway, it's just like they're so opposite, but opposites attract, evidently. I've only read where they're still not friendly with each other, but they're kind of flirting, it seems like. So I don't know when they hook up, but hey, we'll find out. All right. I think this is a one and done issue, but we got Grifter and Bad Rock. Yeah. 2 awesome characters. And of course, Wildcats. At least the Grifter part. What can you say? The artwork on these covers are amazing. I've heard the stories are good, but this is a part 2 of 2. So until I can find number 1, it's going to be the back burner, which is weird because normally the odd numbers are the number 1s. And then anyway, so I don't know. What do you guys think? Was this a good series? All right. JLA Inspector Soul War. I have the other issue of this. It's 2 of 2. I got completes my collection of those, and I can start reading it. I think Inspector's a pretty cool character. So we'll see. Oh, here we go. We got Battlestar Galactica. I like the Legends run. Yeah, I don't know much about the Legends run. I only had one of them, and I haven't read it yet. So I just thought the artwork was amazing, and that's what usually draws your attention. But I got Battlestar. I am very pumped about, because Maximum Press from what I've read so far, they're really good. And again, they had the toys at the time they really wanted to launch. They even had, and I found this on YouTube like just a few months ago, they had what is it called? Like a trailer for a new Battlestar Galactica where now Apollo is in Adama's place. And I was like, this is a real thing. And it was like a trailer that we're using at comics, like Comic-Con or DC Comic-Con or what is it called? Over there in California. But anyway, it was one of the ones that, why have I never heard about this? Evidently, they were trying to get it off the ground again and failed. Like, oh, no wonder, because the 90s, they were really pushing to get it back. And then in 2006, they completely redid the whole thing. So I think I got every issue from each one of these, actually, because some of these already have some of the issues, too. So we got Enemy Within 1, and number 2, number 3, and it may just be a 3-issue series. And there's some more in here, probably. Yeah, like down there, there's Starbuck. Now, Starbuck is what they named the coffee shop after. That's how popular Starbuck was. So there's number 1 and 2, and I may have number 3 in here somewhere. Oh, here's some more. You got 3. Journeys in. It's like a composition notebook, like for school. Number 4. And I think that might be Adama, but I can't remember. Not Adama, it may not. Apollo. Number 2. Oh, come on, pull out a number 1 here. All right, so there is a good little run of Battlestar. There might be a few more in here that I haven't grabbed yet. This is the Legion of Superheroes that I tried to read back in the day, and I just like found it so very dry humored. I just couldn't get into it. I like the original Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes back in the 70s and 80s. But when this came out, it was just really hard to read. Finally, when they started doing the Archie comic stuff, I got back into it because it looked at least more lighthearted. This looks so dismal and dark and, what is it called? Dystopian. And the few issues I read, I just could not do it. I just couldn't do it. So, you know, you change over time. Oh, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful cover, but Hawkman, can't wait to read this one. This is going to be good. Oh, and it's November. Otherwise, I wouldn't buy this piece of crap. But look at this. There's 2 reasons this is a great thing. Number 1, it's Nova, even though it's that kid Nova, which I don't care about. But the Unchained part, what is he spoofing here? Who can tell me? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. He's obviously spoofing the kryptonite chains on Superman, the issue where he, I guess, became invulnerable to kryptonite, which I was like, whoa, that's pretty funny. So I like it when Marvel spoofs DC and DC spoofs Marvel. I think that's hilarious. It's like anything you can do, I can do better kind of thing. But anyway, so it is November, so I have to read this one for November, and I'm probably not going to get it done before the 15th. I try to use those as my date markers, but ain't going to happen. Starman, I have read one, but it's not the Starman I grew up with, I don't think. I don't think he's the alien dude. I was trying to read the one where it had, I think that was actually volume, because it had him and the Starman with the thing that Courtney got a hold of, and she became Stargirl. And that was a completely different Starman too. So I'm curious about this Starman because I never did read any of it. But now I've got like probably 2 issues of it. Any good. I am particularly a fan of Manhunter. I know I hate Manhunter, but I thought it was cool. I have so much Hogman, I think. Silver Age to you. I think I have most from. Oh, okay. So guessing Hogman's really cool. And we have Saints and Sinners 1 of 6. I don't know. I just always thought he looked really cool, and he was pretty cool. I read him back in the 90s, and I thought it was pretty good stuff back then. I haven't read them since, and I haven't read all of them, of course, because then you can only get like every now and then find an issue here, issue there, because we didn't have a comic book shop, and I couldn't be allowed to go anywhere outside the city until I was a certain age, I guess. All right, so another Generation X comic, because I'm trying to put together that run and read it. Is it my imagination, or does it look really Archie-like? Starman is cool. Peyton, Austin Powers, I dig her. And then MTV, cool mix of different. Oh yeah, if I can get like a run of one comic, for instance, it's my imagination. Is this written? It looks like Archie comics. I don't know. It wasn't. They went from looking like Gumby figures to Archie. All right, Spelljammer. D&D. Did I say more? Oh, and here is that Arachnus. If you watch the... Gosh, I don't know which one it is anymore. Arachnus just looks cool, and I think I covered the cover, and I showed you the insides, and it looks pretty good. This is the Mushroom instead of the other two companies that made the 1 or 2 issues of his. Now, to see what people are watching, that must be really boring. And then, we're almost done. Oh, okay, people are starting to come back. Maybe there's something wrong with the internet. All right, Megalith and the Revengers, welcome to hell. I like Megalith. It's a good read. I don't know who that is, but I like Megalith. I've read a few of them so far. New Warriors, once again, I've heard so much about New Warriors. This is a low issue, so that's good, because it's hard to find anything. Now, here's what is interesting. I only found 2 of these, numbers 1 and 4. But I heard that Emperor Vulcan is Scott Summers' brother, which, of course, Havoc is right here, so that's why. That is his brother, which I'm like, what? So, whatever, we'll find out. And, of course, there's Scott Summers' daughter from an alternate timeline in the future, Rachel Summers. So, anyway, yeah, I need to get all 5 of those, because I like to read them and find out what's going on in that. So let me know if that's a pursuit worthy of watching or reading. I remember it being C21, but I could be wrong. That's why, I had a hard time finding it on my thing that I couldn't find. I put 21 in, it would have brought up C21, but I don't have any issues with this. I remember back in the day because that robot looks pretty cool, and it reminds me of... I hated reading the X-Men Fantastic Four crossover. I think it's called X4. Xavier is a total jerk nowadays. He wiped out the ability in Reed Richards' head to take away, and now he's not even a mutant, I heard. I'm so confused. I don't read any modern stuff, but the last modern thing I read was crossover, where Professor X wiped out Reed Richards' ability to basically keep his son from becoming a tyrannical god. I was like, yeah, that's crazy. Just because you want him to stay as a mutant, you're going to wipe out the ability to save the Earth, basically. Too many timelines, time travel, sons, daughter, granddaddy. Yeah, that's where I'm like, okay, so this modern Professor X, total jerk. Don't like him at all. And I was like, I'm done. That was one of the reasons I got out of modern comics. I'm like, I thought I could get back in, but it was just too crazy. That's why maybe I'll read up from the 90s and eventually maybe it'll make sense, but I doubt it. Because I talked to the guy yesterday at the comic book shop, and he was saying something about now or a mutant. I'm like, what? That's been true since the 70s, I remember. And I was very confused about that. How did he become not a mutant? And because he has his godlike powers, he said something. Yeah, who knows? It's like, I hate when they do this. I hate when they go back and forth. It's like Power Girl. She was Superman's because, she was basically Supergirl of Earth 2. And then she became Atlantean. And then she became something else. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Whatever. To me, she's just another Kryptonian. Who's not a mutant? Franklin Richards is no longer a mutant, according to the guy. I'm like, I don't know. The last thing I read with Franklin Richards was before the pandemic or during the pandemic, because I was getting some modern comics to that point, and I was like, I'm done. But yeah, Franklin Richards, Reed Richards' son. My dog, she's not a mutant. Yeah, mutant mutt. My cats are anyway. And then we have Hero Alliance. I have one of these, but I haven't read it. I like weird stuff like this sometimes. This kind of dog. Oh, here we go. Here's another Battlestar Galactica. Like I said, I love the original Battlestar Galactica, and what I've read so far, this is good. Maybe I'm just being really optimistic. And then here's the last one, and good, because my voice is about to go. Get me out of here. He's the guy who's like, unable to be contained, but he's in a maze that it's too amazing. This is good because I think I have numbers 14 and 16, which are right around this, so it'll fill in that blank. So if you go to Super Deals, this is the kind of stuff you'll find there. How many bioweapon nobody? Wow. How about being a bioweapon nobody? I don't know what that means. Hero Alliance ties to an RPG, I think. Really? It's by Innovation, who did the, Danger While Robinson Danger, that series for a while that was based on the original series. And I think, didn't they do RoboCop or something for a while, or was it Terminator? Or maybe it wasn't either one, maybe it was Speed Racer. Or maybe I'm thinking of something. Oh, I'm thinking of Now. Innovation Now. Yeah, I guess, I can think that. But, I don't know, it makes me curious now, because I don't know anything about it. But, because related to RPG, I don't know. I just like weird stuff sometimes, and my voice is really fun. Okay. We got Jean Grey. We got, with, what's his name? Doctor Strange. We got Captain Midnight. R-Man or whatever. Dr. Midnight, that's what I'm trying to think of. This is supposed to be a parody because it looks like a lot of characters mixed into one. Isn't that the guy in these slides into like alternate dimensions to travel? Use a double peak holiday game. Doctors, it was bioweapon. Oh, okay. And yeah, here we go. Here's some distinctions blur to get better and better. Hero Alliance. Oh, well, that's an interesting tidbit of information, but they didn't make too many of them because when I looked it up on the CLZ app in the store, this was like probably the second to the last issue, I think. And Mr. Miracle only went like 30 some issues, but they look fun. They definitely look fun. All right, so my voice is going, so I'm going to be going too. So thank you for those who stopped by to look at these. And I got another video up earlier I did live, and I did one outside because it was pretty, and then the sun started going down, and then it started getting cold, and that's probably where my voice is going. But I did do a video. It's about 30 minutes. It's the other comic book shop I went to, which was Player's Choice. Oh, okay, it's not really RPG. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I mean, it kind of looks like, could be Dungeons and Dragons-y looking. Kind of like they're not Dungeons and Dragons stuff. Yeah. But I swear I had one of these back in the day. Because it looked like, thinking of Regional Visual Series that Kirby did. Mr. Miracle? Yeah, if I could afford it. There was an American anime back in the 90s that everybody was talking about, and it reminds me of Appleseed. That's what I'm trying to think of. This reminds me of Appleseed. It's probably why I bought it back in the day. And then I saw this one. I was like, I used to have this, except I didn't have this issue probably. Some interesting covers there. Yeah, and the covers should definitely get you to want to read it. And sometimes it's just like the cover didn't want me to make me want to read this. It was Battlestar Galactica because I like the original Battlestar Galactica. And then the only reason I wanted this was not because of the cover, but because of that Emperor Vulcan is not from Star Trek, but it's Scott and what's his name, Alex, their brother, probably when their dad, in this ship, the Starjammer, probably procreated out there in space and created him. So probably him and her, which I thought, this sounds very interesting, but whatever. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what his mutant abilities are. All right, so again, thank you for watching, and I did do another live video earlier, and I did one that I'll put on there probably for tomorrow. But I got to go and do something with this voice because it is hurting, and I can't talk anymore, or else I'll be scratching it. Cough drops. I need to find a cough drop. See you guys later. Thanks for watching, coming by and talking, and I really enjoyed the chats.